Hey, this is Christian Kane. You're listening to Dispatch Radio.
All right, folks, we get to stay on pop culture this segment, and you definitely want to make sure you're tuning in to ABC's show, The Whispers, and we have a star with us. I'm a huge fan of many of his projects, Milo Ventimiglia. How are you, Milo?
I'm doing well, Brandon. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm so blessed, and I tell you what, man, I'm kind of a geek and a nerd. I followed many of your projects, and it's great to see you get to be part of a show that I'm really enjoying. And before we get too much further in, tell everybody a little bit about your John Doe / surprise character that people are going to tune in to see.
Thanks, man. John Doe, he's my character's a bit of a mystery. Kind of rough-looking guy, covered in tattoos, bearded, seemingly homeless, not knowing who he is. Taking out security guards at hospitals, holding people at gunpoint. He's a guy who's the unknown right now. He's the unknown entity in this struggle to find out what's been influencing our children to do some very uncharacteristic things for kids. Is he a bad guy? Is he just missing? Is he on the wrong path? Does he know where he's from? And that's kind of where John Doe is at the moment.
It's definitely a twist that you don't want to miss, folks. It airs tonight, 10 o'clock on ABC, and it's a 4-part, I think, story arc for Milo. His character kind of evolves and kind of ties into some different characters on the show, and you get some great scenes with some a great cast. I mean, you want to talk a little bit about the other cast members and what a privilege it's been, man. It's an awesome group.
I'd love to, man. I mean, Lily Rabe and Barry Sloan, just, two talented actors, of course, with their own successes from Revenge, Barry, and then Lily, American Horror Story. Those are the jobs that people most know them for. But, and then an amazing cast rounded that out, Kristen Connolly and Catalina Dennis and Derek Webster and this remarkable group of children. Kylie Rogers and Kyle Brykoff and little Abby who plays Harper. I mean, just, these kids would show up the adults all the time, all the time. So, again, I'm very fortunate just to be around talented actors.
What's been the appeal of the show, you think, for most folks?
I think it's the mystery. I think it's the kind of creepy aspect of where it's all headed. People aren't quite sure, but they're hooked on this idea that there is a greater mystery that's influencing these children. And I think people want to know, and just that curiosity of, well, what or how is the bad guy?
It's the great stuff. It's going to be a great little storyline, folks. You don't want to miss it. Again, it's called The Whispers, Mondays at 10 o'clock here Eastern Time. You can catch that. And if you're catching us online, make sure you tune into that. We'll make sure we link to one of the teaser trailers that we're able to find where you can see his character in the hospital and see him waking up and what kind of that leads into. And, Milo, you've got a whole list of stuff that we could get to. We could talk for probably an hour. I'm such a huge fan of Hero. And, of course, let me start with just Gotham, because it was just a really cool little story arc that kind of fits you in, and now you can, I guess, check mark off a creepy serial killer off your to-do list, man.
Yeah, man. That one was something I was pretty happy when it came my way. I got a phone call from my rep saying, "Hey, Bruno Heller and everyone at Gotham would like you to join them. Here's the character. This is who you're playing." And it was all there on the page. It was an interesting character. It was a great character. It was dark, and they kind of just let me do what I felt best for the character. Having this great foundation of some amazing words to speak, but who he was and kind of how terrifying he got was a thrill to play. A lot of fun.
Do these shoots on like Gotham and The Whispers, do they move a little bit faster than your time, let's say, when you were doing Heroes and you were kind of like more like an entrenched character for over several seasons?
No, man, it all works the same. There's a lot of characters to service in any given TV show, and just like Heroes or Gilmore Girls or American Dreams or any of the shows, you're pretty much just working as you work. But I think the difference is, the older I've gotten, I think I don't hold back anymore. Whereas I might have 10 years ago when I was doing Heroes, I thought I was acting at a certain level, but I think the older I've gotten, I don't hold back anymore. So maybe the character has just become a little more rich, a little more exciting. a little more thrilling.
Let me ask you just quickly about a show that didn't make it, and I was so disappointed to see TBS not be able to keep Mob City going. And you had a great Frank Darabont, just great stuff. And you think folks just bad scheduling, just not the right time, too much money? What was your thoughts on why you didn't think that survived? Because I thought it was a great show.
I really don't know. It's all speculation. You could say it. What was a casualty of the business of Hollywood. It's very fickle at times. You have to perform. You have to perform out of the gate. So if something is a bit slower of a burn, like Mob City was, then sometimes the business aspect of Hollywood and television, they don't really give things a chance. That was definitely heartbreaking, just because I knew where we were going in the second season, and that second season I think was very exciting. It would have been very, very fun to explore the Mickey Cohen era of crime in Los Angeles in the 40s, as opposed to the Bugsy Siegel era, which we had a great setup that first episode run. And Frank is so talented, and the rest of the cast. The cast that we had assembled was just, it was like the defensive lineman or defensive line on the best football team you'd ever seen. With an offensive line, it was just powerhouse actors.
I know you're a little bit of a geek inside myself. Share that with you, and I know you've had a lot of great roles with De Niro and Stallone and Jason Statham and all. You got a little souvenir section of your home, man. You got a little room of some trophies and things that you kind of been able to collect over the years. So you have these opportunities.
You know what? I like to, if I can, hang on to one thing from each job. Usually it's a prop or an article of clothing. Mm-hmm. Like going way back when, I've got my corner jacket from Rocky Balboa. I've got the leather jacket that Jess wore on Gilmore Girls. I've got the future Peter Petrelli jacket.
Wow.
I've got a lighter that my character used from Grace of Monaco with Nicole Kidman. Talk about Gotham. I've got the blade that Jason Lennon used.
Wow, that's cool.
There's little memorabilia and things like that, and then just scripts. You hang on to scripts, make notes in scripts, and I usually hang on to one script for every job, and kind of filling up a bookcase now.
Well, let's close out with Heroes, because I think obviously they're going to reboot the franchise here to kind of rejuvenate things and that kind of thing. Are you still just in awe of the incredible fandom that surrounds this show, or is that just what good writing and good production makes?
It's not surprising. Fans are loyal, whatever they're fans of, and the Heroes fans were super diehard. And I think when the show came out, it was filling a void of this kind of fantastic world that TV audiences were wanting. So, the fact that people are still talking about it today, I'm of course flattered, knowing that I started filming that 10 years ago. And it hasn't been on the air for 5 years. And I think it's exciting, But in terms of like revitalizing things, like bringing shows back and whatnot, I don't know how that's supposed to work. I feel like everything has a shelf life. Everything has the time when it's supposed to be on versus when it's supposed to go away. And sometimes I always question why things are coming back. Is it to tell more stories, or is it just a business decision to spend a little and make a lot of money?
Absolutely, totally understand. I wish we had more time. We could talk about Crackle.com, some of the other wonderful stuff that you've got in the vault, my friend. But I know we're up against the clock. And folks, you got to tune into the Whispers, ABC, 10 o'clock. Jump on board of the story arc, catch up. A lot of that stuff's on demand. If you're behind an episode or two, Milo will be there for a couple episodes, so you'll be able to see his amazing work manifest. And my brother, I appreciate your time, and I can't wait to find a way to be able to catch up with you again and talk some more.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. Take care, man.
All right, bye-bye.